There's no community service requirement in the outside world. No one's forcing you to care. You can take your diploma, walk off this stage, and chase only after the big house and the nice suits and the other things that our money culture says you should buy.
Our money culture.
You can choose to narrow your concerns and live life in a way that tries to keep your story separate from America's. But I hope you don't. Not because you have an obligation to those who are less fortunate, although I believe you do have that obligation. Not because you have a debt to all those who helped you get to where you are today, although I do believe you have that debt to pay. It's because you have an obligation to yourself. Because our individual salvation depends on collective salvation. Because thinking only about yourself, fulfilling your immediate wants and needs, betrays a poverty of ambition. Because it's only when you hitch your wagon to something larger than yourself that you realize your true potential and discover the role that you'll play in writing the next great chapter in the American story.
Wow, that from a man whose wife wears $500 sneakers. So you must not think of yourself. You must think of everyone else. Well, who is everyone else? You see, you can't identify everyone, because if you're telling everyone they have to think of everyone but themselves, well, then who are we all serving then? And I never this money culture. When was the last time you heard a Democrat look at Hollywood and go, that's the most disgusting example of the money culture? Look at the way these people live. Look at the things they spend or waste money on for their own enjoyment.
When we called Obama a Marxist, a socialist, and a communist, everybody on the left has been very, very, very critical of that, saying that the right doesn't know what they're talking about, the right is lying, and blah, 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 blah. Mark Levin, Hannity, and everybody else in Rush has been telling everybody that Obama is a Marxist, a socialist, and a communist. And hate to say it, but those guys were all right. And the idea that the left never caught on to this is because they haven't been told before. They were led on to believe that Obama was this great magical guy, and there wasn't nothing wrong with them, and blah, blah, blah. And the policies that he's come up with, like the health care, that he's not a socialist. Well, if you want universal health care for America, what does universal mean? Universal means for everyone. If you buy a part for your car and it says universal fitment, that means it basically fits all models. So by having the thought that universal health care that Obama wants to imply, that is in fact socialist. If you want to socialize the healthcare system to everybody, and the fact that Obama is a Marxist, you just listen to it in that video clip. I don't remember where he said that. He was giving a speech to some university or something when he was a senator. And I'm surprised it took this long to find that clip. I was listening to a radio show and they happened to play that, and that's how you have it right now. But the fact that the working class is supposed to take care of the entitlement class, the people that don't work, that's Marxist. And Obama has talked about redistributing the wealth. And I guess that means taking money from one class and giving it to another class and spreading it around, which is what he really wants to do. Why doesn't he spread his own money? I wish we really would know. I wish we could find out if he's doing that. Spread your own wealth. Oh, that's a trick story. People like Al Gore and Obama and other people probably don't do that. But the people that claim to donate to charity more than any other political party is the right. We give 10 times more money to charity than people in France do. Obama wants us to be more like France. And, the heck's his name? Glenn Beck. Glenn Beck gave a speech at CPAC saying that Obama wants us to be more like France. Well, Glenn Beck said, and I have to agree with Glenn Beck, of all people, Glenn Beck said that France should be more like the U.S. We give more money away to charity than probably any other country. So the fact that we finally have Obama on record that the working class has to take care of the entitlement class, the needy, that is in fact socialist. This discussion is finally over, and everything else, we're going to try and prove that too. Goodbye.